Zero Mostel stars in the comedy The Great Bank Robbery, followed by the fun of putt-putt golf. Then, Lorne Green hosts Last of the Wild, followed by the excitement of Georgia Championship Wrestling, here on SuperStation WTBS.
Good afternoon and welcome to TBS Theatre. Zero Mostel and Kim Novak star in the Western comedy The Great Bank Robbery.
Saturday night, Maureen O'Hara stars as a woman who tries to bring a rare breed of cattle to the United States.
That's just what we're going to do. And before we're finished, you're going to see crossbreed Hereford all over this range. Ha!
Yeah, take that one, will ya?
The Rare Breed, Saturday night at 7:05 on WTBS.
This is TBS Newswatch with Donna Fowler.
Good afternoon. It's 28 minutes before the hour, and here are some of the stories making news. Major flooding is reported in Iowa, where up to 8 inches of rain has fallen. Authorities were searching for 2 children reported missing after their family car was trapped in high water. Firefighters have partially contained a fast-moving brush fire that destroyed 2,300 acres in a rural area about northeast of San Diego, 20 miles northeast of San Diego. Fortunately, no homes were lost in that fire. The ancient battleship Old Ironsides fired a 21-gun salute in Boston Harbor, honoring America's 205th birthday today. This 4th of July will be a special one for young Betsy Ross. Not only is today her birthday, but it's also her first Independence Day as an American citizen. Betsy is the name given to a Korean orphan adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Bill Ross of Adrian, Michigan when she was 2 years old. She's 8 now and was naturalized about a week ago. Though she didn't have to go through a regular citizenship test, young Betsy says she was frightened by the procedure nonetheless. Now that it's all behind her, she says she's proud and glad about what she's done. In sports today, it was John McEnroe over Bjorn Borg in the men's singles at Wimbledon. Craig Virgin and Allison Rowe ran away with the Peachtree Road Race in Atlanta, leading a pack of more than 25,000 runners. And Cale Yarborough slipped by Harry Gant on the final lap to win today's Firecracker 400 stock car race at Daytona International Speedway for the 3rd straight time.
Newswatch is a production of SuperStation WTBS, Atlanta. This is TBS Newswatch with Donna Fowler.
Good afternoon. British officials say they allowed a Roman Catholic delegation to visit Irish nationalist hunger strikers at the Maze prison in Belfast today. That came hours after the strikers issued a statement said to be conciliatory in tone, suggesting that there is a way for the two sides to settle the dispute that triggered the fasts. At issue is whether the activists should be treated as political prisoners or common inmates. Doctors treating Pope John Paul in Rome say the pontiff's condition has notably improved, but they say he must remain hospitalized for a few more weeks. One Italian expert on virus infections has suggested that the Pope be given the rare experimental anti-cancer drug interferon. He says interferon has given what he calls extraordinary results against viruses like those afflicting the 61-year-old Pope. Vietnam says it has a new government featuring former National Assembly President Trong Chin as chief of state and powerful chairman. Prime Minister Pham Van Dong will continue as premier. There are reports of workers being called up for military duty in a Soviet border region as Soviet Foreign Minister Andrei Gromyko holds what are described as friendly talks with Polish leaders in Warsaw. It was 7 years ago that Mstislav Rostropovich left his native Soviet Union for life in the West. And on this 4th of July, the Soviet exile has some thoughts about his new life in his new land. Rostropovich, who now conducts the National Symphony Orchestra in Washington, says he thinks the United States is a nation of totally extraordinary beauty, and that the beauty is not solely confined to the landscape. To use his words, Americans are a people of grand sweep to the same extent as their country. From Atlanta, this has been Newswatch.
That's our TBS Theater feature for today. Thank you for joining us.